Faith Forward Media. This is Healthcare Musings. I'm your host, Dr. Hassaballa. Welcome to Healthcare Musings, everybody. Happy to have you with me. Continuing on in my reflections from the conversation I had with Marion Spears Carr about gratitude. And one thing I wanted to focus on is words. The words that we use actually do matter. And I have two examples. The first thing he talked about is about Chick-fil-A. Now, he's in the Atlanta area. He doesn't like Chick-fil-A, which I thought was very interesting. You should hear the whole conversation in the podcast. He's not a fan. He is a fan of the customer experience. And I think that's really what, along with the sugar in the breading and the sugar in the sauce, which I know I can taste it, what brings people back to Chick-fil-A other than the food and the sugar is the experience, the customer experience. Like, I didn't understand, like, why, how come they don't have free, you can get free refills, but you can't just go up and get it. I didn't understand that for the longest time. They want to serve you. They want to give it to you. You can go up 10 times, but they want to do it for you. They want to have an authentic customer experience. They also, and this is what he mentioned, they don't say, it's a pleasure. When you say thank you for whatever, they say it's my pleasure. And he said that there's research that shows when you personalize the gratitude, the acceptance of gratitude, when you say it's my pleasure rather than it's a pleasure, it's a whole different experience. So, because when you say it's a pleasure, it's just something abstract. Oh, it's a pleasure. What does that mean? But when you tell someone it's my pleasure, I derive pleasure from helping you. It gives me pleasure to connect with you and help with you. Takes it on a whole nother level. And I've noticed when I go to, hotels, and especially the higher end ones, they always say, it's my pleasure. And sometimes they say it's a pleasure, but they say my pleasure, right? And there's something to that. I think I've started to use it. I've started to say, it's my pleasure, not it's a pleasure or it's, pleasure to meet you. It's my pleasure. And I personalize the pleasure in helping that person. And that makes a much more deep and meaningful connection. The other thing I learned and especially working in the South, I did several shifts in Tennessee during the pandemic. I noticed people said, I appreciate you rather than I appreciate it. And again, the words we use matter. So when I say, hey, I appreciate it, you do something for me and I say, I appreciate it. Well, what you're expressing, it's not meaning, I don't think people mean to be degrading or demeaning. It's just what we think. We don't even think about it. Remember we talked about habit to ritual, right? That's one of my newsletters from Habit this week, from habit to ritual. Well, the words we use definitely matter, right? So when you say, I appreciate it, well, you did something for me and I appreciate the thing that you did for me. Natural, makes sense, right? We don't even think about it. When I said, I appreciate you, it goes beyond the thing that you're doing for me. Like, I appreciate you for who you are, for the things that you bring to my relationship with you, for you being you. I appreciate you. It goes well beyond. When someone told me, I appreciate you, sir, for whatever, I asked, hey, can you tell me where the ICU is? That's for the first thing. And I say, thank you so much. I say, I appreciate you. Well, I was like, wow, like that's such a more powerful interaction. So when I came back home to the north, I started saying, I appreciate you, not I appreciate it. And you know what? I didn't give a lecture. I didn't tell people. I didn't say it. We should start doing this. I just started doing it myself. And I noticed everyone in the ICU started saying the same thing. They started saying, I appreciate you. I noticed that it just started spreading in the ICU, leading by example, that I say, I appreciate you. People started saying it to each other and started saying it to me, the nursing staff, the respiratory therapists, the physical therapists, the nutritionists. I noticed all of us together. I appreciate you. That's how we can strengthen our bonds as citizens, Americans, co-workers, family members. And I do that with my kids. I try to say, I appreciate you for who you are. Not because you did something for me. I appreciate you for who you are. Just that one word change from it's a pleasure to it's my pleasure makes the interaction so much more meaningful. Saying I appreciate you rather than I appreciate it, again, takes the experience to a whole nother level. And when we meet someone, when we interact with someone, that might be the only time we interact with that person. For me in the ICU, I'm seeing people day after day after day, their family members day after day after day. So I have time to develop a relationship, to develop rapport. But if it's the barista in the coffee shop, or if it's the clerk at the grocery store, or the clerk in the pharmacy, or the pharmacist, whatever the case may be, I only have a limited time to make a meaningful impact. And I think every single interaction we have to have in society, at work and family, has to be meaningful. And so just that change in words from it's a pleasure to it's my pleasure, that change from I appreciate it to I appreciate you makes all the difference in the world. I see it in my own practice, see it in my own experience. And I think we should encourage all of us to do the same, The words we use definitely matter. And we have to, again, going back to from making it habit to making it ritual, thinking about the things that we say, and so that we can make every interaction much more meaningful. Thanks everybody for your time and attention. I appreciate all of you for joining me on this journey. I can't do it without you guys. I really appreciate you. And it is my pleasure to have this podcast and share my thoughts with you all. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time on Healthcare Musings. Thank you for listening. Sign up at healthcaremusings.com to get every episode delivered directly to your email. And please don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Thank you so much.